and welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to do like a talkie video, and I've had something on my mind for a while. I actually noted it down. I usually note down my video ideas on my phone and like I add to the notes over time, or when I'm just like, yeah, I've got the idea, like now I get what I want to do, then I'll come and make the video on it. So what I've had on my mind for a while is actually settling and self-worth, and I really wanted to come out and talk about that because, as you guys know, I always talk about things that I've struggled with myself, which I feel is the best position to be in if you're going to advise someone on something, is if you've done it yourself. And I really wanted to just set the tone for this video with this, and it says, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. If you don't love yourself, you'll allow people to treat you badly. Realize your worth and demand to be treated as such and nothing less. For me personally, it applies to relationships and guys and that kind of thing. And I feel like this stuff is important to talk about. Like, I'm the most awkward person, so I don't really like talking about these things. It's important for people to talk about these things, otherwise we'll make them taboo and no one will really deal with them, and it will be something on your mind but no one's actually dealing with it to help you. I think the first step to not settling is to realize that it's a choice. Settling is completely a conscious decision that you make. If something isn't good enough, you know. You'll feel it in your bones, like you'll know. That's why your gut exists. That's why your instincts exist. You will have a feeling about it. The biggest mistake you can make, my brother always says this to me, the biggest mistake you can make is to ignore the little man in your belly waving a red flag. That's your instincts. If you ignore that, you are asking for trouble. You are choosing to settle. You are making a conscious decision to ignore your protective instincts, which have been installed in you as a person, to not settle, to protect yourself and to do things a way which you will be satisfied with later on. I think the biggest joke about settling is actually that when you're doing it, you're fully aware. Like, it may take a while for you to clock on, but eventually you will know that you're doing it, and it's totally something avoidable, totally a choice. I know that when you're in a situation, or say you're with someone, and someone say you've been with for a while, this could be a friend, this could be a boyfriend, like, it feels like that's what you're accustomed to, that's your comfort zone, but nothing ever grows inside your comfort zone, ever. And that's the one thing you have to remember, is that if you're comfortable, you're probably not growing. And it sounds a bit like what, but it's so true. You have to step out of your comfort zone, and you have to recognize when things aren't right for you, because no one's gonna do it for you. Like, who's gonna come along and be like, hey, I think you need to move and grow a bit because that doesn't look right to me. You have to be the person who monitors what's going on with you. That's all it comes down to at the end of the day, is loving yourself. Like, it's the most cliche thing, but people don't say it just for banter or just for lols. It's actually true. If you love yourself, you will only accept a certain level of treatment because you understand your value and you understand your worth. And part of trying to love yourself comes from understanding who you are in God's eyes, and knowing that you are someone of value and someone who is precious, and that you have a purpose, and that you're not just existing on this earth, that you have a reason to be here. Once you understand that, or start to try and get your head around that, you won't settle, because settling is for people who just want something now. Like, they want something in the moment, something to make the pain go away for now, you know? But you have to really deal with why it is that you're settling. And most of the time it's because you don't fully understand how amazing you are. In the past, I've settled, completely put my hands up to it. In the past, I've settled, and I've learned from it. Like, I'm not going to take that away from it. You'll definitely learn if it's something that you've done, or something you're aware you've done, or something you are doing. You will definitely learn from it. And that's the only reason I'm able to come and make this video, is because I've done it before. Like, it's totally normal. Don't feel like, oh my god, I'm settling, that makes me a really bad person. It doesn't, not at all. It's a completely normal thing to do, because as humans, we just seek comfort. And that's what settling gives you. It's comfort, but it's not a real comfort. It's not a gut kind of comfort where you're just totally at peace with what you're doing. I've settled in the past, and it was always a thing where it was almost like the for now thing. Like, in that moment, it's fine, but I know that as soon as the rush of it, or as soon as the adrenaline of it wears off, I'm going to be kicking myself and being like, why am I doing this? Why am I here? Why am I putting up with this? And that voice shows you that deep down you know your worth. It shows you that deep down you know, like, you are, there's something in you that is trying to tell you, hang on mate, like, we've got a lot more going for us in this situation. So my tip is, like, never ignore your instincts. They're there for a reason, and even if you have done in the past, it's not a crime, it's not the end of the world, but just understand how amazing you are as a person and how beautiful you are, and that you don't need to settle. Like, what? Settling? It's like gross. Like, why would you do that? You don't need to do it, because you deserve so much more. And it's so tempting. Like, come on, all you have to do is look on your phone and you see, oh, relationship goals, best friend goals, this and that goals. And by the way, this is another video I want to make, because there's nothing that grates me more than people saying goals to things. Like, let me not even go into that, but that's a whole other issue. But all I'm saying is, you only have to turn on your phone and see an idealistic thing that makes you feel inadequate, and you're like, oh, it would be easier if I settled and then I'd have that same thing. But really, the process of waiting for something that is right for you and feels right for you, and you know is right, and like it's something that you wouldn't even have to think about because it will be so right for you, that process is so important for your growth. And that process is so vital for you to understand who you are as a person before you go into anything else, before you can go into a different situation or bring someone along with you. There's so many people that love you who, if they knew you were settling, and probably if they know you're settling, they've said something to you, or they would be like, what? Why are you doing that? Like, you deserve so much more. And people don't say that for a joke. It's because they know you and they know how precious you are, and you're destined for so much more than sometimes that we put ourselves through. We just maybe take on the burden because we're like, well, I can carry this person, but you can't really. Like, it's not your job to do that. The person who you go along your journey with, like your boyfriend or your friend, your best friend, they have to be, they have to have that mindset as well, that I matter. And when you feel like you matter, you'll treat people like they matter, because you're like, well, I'm important, you're important, like, why would I treat you like anything less, like, you have that understanding. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to say. I don't know if my point has come across. That's really annoying me. I don't know if my point has come across, but my message is, you've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe, and if you have like video ideas or anything, let me know. Put them down in the comments and let me know. Holler at me, and I will do my best to try and like get a video out which is like in accordance with what you guys want to see. Hope you're having an amazing day, amazing week, and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye.
Said you and I, we've been together for